And hello everybody, my name is Suspicious Ed, aka Hazard Play on YouTube, and today I'm kicking it off with my first live stream. And I've got a pretty big backlog of games sitting around, and I felt like streaming would finally be a good excuse to start digging into them and get through some of that backlog and have something to do along the way. So originally I was going to do Morrowind as my stream, because I haven't touched Morrowind in a long time, been playing a lot of Skyrim lately, but my mods decided to be unhappy with that. I have a whole bunch of graphical upgrades and everything on Morrowind, and they just suddenly decided to stop working today when I tried to get everything set up. So we're hitting in New Vegas instead. So this is another game that I haven't touched in a very, very long time, and I started up Fallout 4 a little while back, got maybe 20 minutes in, and I just couldn't stick with it. I'm sure one of these days I'll sit down and play through it. But after that, I was kind of itching to dig back into New Vegas, just because I haven't touched this in a real long time, and I don't think I ever actually even finished the main campaign. So, figured that was good of excuse as anything to get back in and get things going. And if you're wondering why I'm going off rambling while I have no viewers, I'm also going to be uploading these to my YouTube channel, Hazard Play, and so I figure I'll have plenty of dialogue going for if anybody happens to sit down and watch the YouTube archive. So, for now though, here's hoping that eventually some people will tune in, get a few viewers here and there, and I don't know, maybe have some return viewers, some people to entertain once in a while. Don't really know what to expect of the channel overall, but I guess we'll see where that goes when it goes there.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who...
Yeah, World War, everything's devastated, nuclear wasteland, shot in the head. We all know the story. DLC, pre-order, DLC. Thank you, Fallout. Yes, DLC,
You're
thank you.
awake. How about that?
How about that?
Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple
I guess
of
not
days.
too many people are so fortunate as to just wake up from a bullet to the
Your
brain.
bear. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Why, yes, sir, I can. My name is Suspicious Ed. We'll put a space in there. The only reason I don't have a space in the official tag is just because most things won't let me.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but
Well,
if
fuck
that's
you
your
too.
name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome.
Yeah, well, your name sucks too. How about that?
Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around here in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework.
Also, I'm kind of hoping that the frame rate holds up real well in this. Well, when I had Morrowind working, I tested the frame rate in that and everything was nice and stable, but I'm noticing it's bouncing around here. If that stays too effed up for too long, I might just put a 30 FPS cap on here. So my system's getting to be about 5 years old now, and it was fairly top of the line when I built it back in the day, but we're getting to that point now that I probably need to start thinking about upgrading. I'm thinking probably sometime in the next year here I'll start working on building my new system. I know Intel's supposedly releasing their new Cascade X chips next year, and Nvidia's got their Volta GPUs coming out, so... And also, starting a new job soon, so that'll be a nice, improved cash flow. And he said, yeah, random, oh god. Let's see what the randomizer can do for us. But yeah, hopefully sometime in the future I'll have a new system, probably something that'll be a bit better suited to streaming. Then again, though, I suppose I could probably make life a little easier on myself if I weren't running this in 4K 60. I'd probably drop down the resolution on that while I'm streaming to stabilize the frame rate a little. Yeah, back when I built my system, my goal at the time was be able to run any game, 1440p resolution, 60 FPS, max settings. And so far, that's actually been holding up really well. There's very few games that make my system crap itself, and a lot of older or less graphically demanding ones that I can run at 4K 60 even, which is nice. Let's randomize a little harder. Yeah, that ain't bad. Hair's awful though. Let's do something about that. And as far as Fallout New Vegas goes, I do have some mods installed, but they're mostly things like bug fixes and whatnot, so I don't have any extra content or anything like that thrown in. But I should have all the mods necessary to make all the perks work correctly, because Bethesda did an unbelievably awful job with the perks. I think in Fallout 3 as well, I think that was a problem, where there's a lot of perks that don't do nearly everything that they imply that they would do, or some perks that just don't even work at all. But I think the mods that I've got installed will handle that nicely. Does this have a more detailed face creator, or is it just presets and randoms? I guess we'll find out, huh? It's been so long since I played it, I don't even remember. Yeah, we'll do those cut for now, it's fine. Let's see what else we got. I'm thinking for this particular character, I'm going to do a focus on just regular guns and probably dump everything into agility and intelligence when I get to that point. Because charisma in this game is just absolutely worthless to me. I'm probably going to dump that down to 1. About the only useful thing that charisma does is it gives damage bonuses to your companions, but in pretty much every game I have ever played, AI companions are just the worst, and I hate having them. Pretty much all they serve to do is get in the way and fuck up stealth, so I always like just running it on my own, and I know this game has a couple of perks related to running without companions, so just go ahead and just drain everything right out of charisma. I'm thinking I might go with like a big old bushy mustache on this one. Go for like old western sort of look. What else we got? How is that facial hair? Where was that one from just a little bit ago? Thought I passed by. I don't like that one. There was a thicker one down here somewhere. Where did it go? There we go. Is there not a more detailed face creator? That really is annoying. Yeah, we'll put a little more age in there. And let's see how the hairstyle is looking now with the new mustache. What was I saying? Yeah, so for the build, I'm probably going to dump everything into agility and intelligence. Get the most skill points that I can out of intelligence, and then for agility, get the most action points that I can. I know there's a lot of good guns that have a low action point cost, get a lot of shots off. Yeah, because perception, another stat that I'm probably not going to make any use out of, just dump that down to 1 probably, because about all that does is makes it so that enemies will pop up on the mini-map from a longer distance away, and that's not something I really care about, and I think I can do a fine job of spotting them on my own, and then jump cut to me getting shot from all sides without knowing where anybody is. But, yeah, I don't think I'll have any use for perception. Strength, I'm going to need a little bit of just to meet the strength requirements for some of the heavier guns. Meeting the strength requirements isn't a huge deal. It mostly just messes with your accuracy. But I'm probably going to want to have at least 5 strength, because with the strength implant that you can get later, bump that up to 6. And then there's a skill that lets you drop the strength requirements on every gun by 2. So with 6 strength and all the requirements dropped by 2, I'd probably be able to use just about every gun I care about effectively. I think the only thing I wouldn't be able to use would be the miniguns, but then again, not meeting the strength requirement pretty much only affects your accuracy and recoil, and oh no, what if I don't have good accuracy or recoil control with the minigun? So I'm sure that'll be fine. Then, what else is there for luck? Luck, I'm probably going to end up just kind of dropping down and not making much use out of either. It's a little more handy than some of the other stats, but about the only thing it really matters for is crits and some of the skills, but I don't know how much those really matter. I think if I have anything left over after I'm done with agility, intelligence, and whatever I need to dump into strength and endurance, I'll probably dump that into luck. That's another thing worth mentioning is endurance. Endurance is incredibly important regardless of what your build is. It's used to calculate not only your max HP, but some of your resistances to environmental effects, and most importantly, if you have at least 6 endurance, you get natural HP regeneration. And anything less than that, you don't get regen. So, probably going to have to put at least 1 point into that. Oh yeah, that frame rate. Alright. I might have to drop out, restart this, and drop that down from 4K to get a smoother frame rate. Yeah, Morrowind and Dark Souls 2 ran just fine when I tested them with the stream going, but...
We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Apparently New Vegas isn't having so much fun with it. Alright, strength. Gonna want 5, I believe. Perception. Don't need 1 bit. I'm a deaf bat, apparently. Endurance, gonna want at least 6. The other nice thing about pumping into endurance is generally a good go-to, because every point you put into endurance is effectively a point also invested into something else. Because there's a mechanic in this game where you can get implants, and I'm doing air quotes, that works real well without a camera, but implants that can increase your stats. And for every point you have in endurance, you can get an extra implant. And so if you put 1 point into endurance, that effectively becomes 1 point into any other stat of your choosing. Intelligence will bump you up to 9. Guess I'll probably end up getting the intelligence implant to bump that up to 10, so don't need to waste all my points. Agility, definitely need 9. So that'll help me out a whole lot with the VATS system. Okay, so luck. Got 5 luck. Got all the agility and intelligence that I need. So it might be better for me to just dump these into endurance. So that way I can get all the implants. And maybe for now, put 1 point into luck. Yeah, I think that's what I'll roll with, because with the 1 point in luck, I think, so I know there are some skills for perception. I'm kind of debating whether I care about the skills from perception more or for luck. But yeah, I'll probably just dump it into luck, because that'll help me with my criticals, and there's a couple of good skills in the luck tree as well. Yeah, that looks solid.
Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage. Well, maybe the fight was good. But that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a big one to drop. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Why not? Let's do the thing. Don't make the questions too hard, though. I may be smart, but I ain't perceptive.
I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Kill.
House.
Burn.
Night.
Silencer.
Bandit.
Me.
Light.
Flash.
Mother.
Regret.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Conflict ain't in my nature. Well, I do like to avoid conflict. Talk my way out of it. But then again, how agile and intelligent I am, it's not like they could compete with me anyway.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
Oh, please, that just comes naturally.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Dirt.
Okay. How about this one?
Laser guns.
Last one.
Sumo's high-fiving.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right.
That seems like just the most broken shit right there. Oh god, why would it? What? No. Why didn't they just give me the option to skip all of that? Alright, so what do I want to do? How many skill points do I have to work with? Alright, I need to tag my skills. Now, I seem to recall, I would assume the bug fix probably fixed this, but I think there's a thing where like you can take certain DLC skills and then keep them when you respec your character on your way out of Good Springs. I don't know if that's something I want to try to abuse or not. In fact, with the bug fixes that I added, I don't know if that would even still be a thing that happens. But let's see, I definitely want to have guns be an important skill, because that's going to be my primary offense. Medicine, I don't know about. Repair, probably be important. And with the way you can abuse computer hacking, I don't know if that will matter. Sneaking will probably be important to me. Let's see. Sneak, survival. Yeah, let's see. I think for now I'll tag repair and survival, and we'll see what happens when I get to the end here of Good Springs, and it gives me the option to respec. I won't fuck with that. We'll just play the game right. Alright, so I'll do guns, sneak, maybe repair. Because I know I'm going to be crafting a lot of ammunition and doing some repairs. This is the hit points you receive. And again, I don't know how much I'm going to be using that. Definitely need sneak and guns. I might pick lockpicking too, just because that's something I'm going to be investing in eventually. I'm probably going to be going for, not exactly a stealthy character, but stealth is going to be something I'll be employing from time to time. And I definitely like me some good thieving. Yeah, I think that might be good for now. Gun, sneak, and lockpicking. Because I know for sure I'm going to want to get my lockpicking up. Because if I remember right, somewhere south of Good Springs, there's a safe with a revolver in it that I'm going to be wanting. If I'm going to be focusing on guns.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you.
Oh,
I got a
frame
form for you
rate.
to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history.
My medical
Just a
history is
formality.
poor.
Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Oh yeah, these. I forgot all about this. You have a fear of enclosed spaces, probably because of the mutants that live there. You gain +1 to special attributes when outside, but suffer -1 when indoors. Oh, that's fun. Built to destroy. All weapons have +3 to critically hit, but equipment condition decays 15% faster. That's not too bad sounding. Fast shot. While using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more quickly, but are less accurate. Good natured. -5 to energy weapons, explosives, no thank you. Do more damage, but less critical hit damage. Hoarder, you gain 25 pounds, but suffer -1 to all attributes. Now, health drops below 50. To your agility and perception. That honestly wouldn't be too bad. My agility's so high that it almost doesn't matter, and my perception's down to 1, so losing 2 really doesn't matter. That's something to consider. Kamikaze, you have +10 action points, have -2 damage threshold. You'll never again become addicted, last twice as long, but after 30 you can kiss experience, perks, and skill points goodbye. Huh. Oh, is it actually not going to let me take 4 eyes because my perception is so low? Now see, it'd be nice if you didn't have to waste a trait on this one, because I want to have it. Using you fire 20% slowly, but are 20% more accurate. That actually wouldn't be awful. Because the 20% slower rate of fire would also add to the accuracy. That would help a lot when using VATS as well, getting that accuracy bonus. Don't really need +1 agility. God, that is a terrible long-term investment. +5 to every skill point, but suffer -10 from experience gained. No thank you. Oh, I might take Trigger Discipline and Hot-Blooded. Extra damage, extra accuracy, but with some penalties. Then again, though, I don't know if I really want to suffer that agility penalty. I might do Trigger Discipline in Wild Wasteland. Yeah, why not? Waste a hell of a lot less ammo, too, with the lower rate of fire and better accuracy.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Yeah, I think as soon as I get outdoors, I'm gonna save, shut this down real quick, and tweak the resolution, drop it down from 4K to 1440 or 1080, and try to stabilize that frame rate a little.
These are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
That's a hell of a thing to give away. You shouldn't have gone through my stuff, motherfucker. What do I do
You should
now?
talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll
But yeah,
likely
no,
be
that
at the
Pip-Boy's
saloon.
gotta be like worth
I reckon
something
some
heavy,
of the
you
other
know?
folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Fall into Vegas Loans and playing new hardcore mode? No. No, thank you. Alright, step outside, save real quick. Pause the stream for just a moment and get this all fixed up. New save. Alright, restart the stream in just 1 second. Okay, and I should be back now. So what I did was, rather than dropping the resolution from 4K, I just figured since I'm streaming at 30 frames per second, I went ahead and slapped a 30 FPS lock on there, so that should smooth everything out. And hopefully get everything working the way I want it to. Assuming it plays nice with the 30 FPS cap. There we go, much better. Jesus, yeah, I know, DLC. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember the controls. I'd rather be using the mouse and keyboard right now, but because of the way I got my place set up at the moment, I just moved into a new apartment. I don't exactly have a good setup for running mouse and keyboard, so I'm using the controller for the time being. So let's see what we got. 9mm pistol, I should have a shotgun, yes I do. Ah, good, a hotkey system. Put you right over there. I'll get a little 9mm over there. Shitty. Oh, I have a 10 millimeter. How much ammo do I have for both of these? Pretty good amount. I don't think I'll need the 10 millimeter for now, though. The 9 millimeter should pack enough punch. And then, what do I got for clothing? Ah, what? Ah, go away. Armored Vault 13 jumpsuit, why not? Ooh, tribal rating armor. Yeah, I know, DLC. Leave me alone. There we go. Now I look like a proper asshat. Alright, what are my other controls? Oh wow. That does not like processing VATS mode for some reason. Interesting. Wonder what that's all about. Oh well, at least VATS pauses the game, so it doesn't matter too much. Alright, aim. I got a 9mm. Wonder if that has to do with the VSync setting that I changed. Get a little closer and see if it still craps its pants. Yep. Wow, that's bad. Oh, work with what we got. Block. Make much use out of that, though. And then, is there a button to holster the shotgun? Spit boy, jump, interact. Cool.
Hey there.
And run button? Yes, no, maybe? Oh well.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Please don't mind the shotgun that's in your face right now.
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as
Haha, the shots.
Other
Like that
folks in
one that
town
went through my
might know
brain.
more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, that's... Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, we're just... Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and so... Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
Chems, is that like drugs? Do you have drugs? You holding out on me? Where are the drugs?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by rain. Don't get me wrong, the NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you... Towns like Good Springs and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got...
Tell me
They're
about the Legion.
slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam. But the NCR beat them. The Legion's got its strength back, and is getting ready for another round at the dam. But we've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't...
I always keep a gun handy.
The dam powers a lot of new vehicles. Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful.
Murder the animals. Got it.
The machine, harmless, no matter what.
Rule 1 of RPGs. If there's one person in the town that everybody thinks is crazy and overreacting, that one person is right. Like the old rule. Any rumors are true. The more unsubstantiated they are, the more true they are. Let's go hit up the bar. Oh god!
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get afterward. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
The flashing arrow on your compass indicate, yeah. Okay, what do we got? Not my karma. I was fixing things. Oh, right. I forgot this game has a mechanic where you get, like, temporary buffs to certain skills from magazines. Okay. What else we got? Oh, that karma indicator is going to get real upsetting real fast. Science of 25 is required to hack. Yeah, I guess I'll have to invest into science at some point, huh? Yeah, I guess we'll get that figured out as I level up. Not being too super hardcore about the optimization here. Okay, where's the door at? I got my brightness settings turned way down. There we go. I've got my TV set up so that rooms that are supposed to be dark are actually dark. And that comes back to bite me sometimes. Ah, that's how you holster it. Hold X. Okay. That's my light. Is there a sprint button that I'm just not remembering? Let's see. Activate, block, ready, reload, sneak, jump, wait, bats, grab. Nothing listed. Awesome.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
No. Ah! There we go. Oh, what'd you just give me? Varmint rifle. Alright.
That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles.
I don't know, man. You can never trust
I
those
gotta go chase
sarsaparilla
the geckos
bottles.
away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Yeah, why not?
Follow me.
It's
It's
been
just
a
down
long
to the
time since I've
southeast a short
played.
ways. Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Now we're talking my language.
Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
I'm gonna teach you how to do things. Now go do it yourself with no instruction. Yep, that worked out. Boop. And how do I change targets? I forget. There we go. Oh god, no, not that target. Only enough for two? Alright. And then... Boop! Not dead.
See? You're getting the hang of it.
Yeah, and I only got one finger bitten off.
You want, you can
Great
come
start
along.
to the journey.
It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Yeah, why
Shouldn't
not?
take more than a couple minutes, especially with two of us. Come with me.
Hey, I like free ammo.
Come on!
Damn it. Keeps doing that. There we go. Bang, bang. I got really solid AP regeneration. Reload. Where we go? Where are you? Wow, she does not wait for a second.
Come on!
Okay, saved her ass. Where did you come from?
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
Damn right. Reputation with a group of people in the wasteland, whether reputation good or bad, you're fine with somebody. People associated with the group will start to react to what you've done. There are many different factions in the wasteland. You've dealt in distinct reputation with each one. As you perform actions to benefit a group, you'll gain fame. If you perform actions as a harbor group, you'll gain infamy or reputation with any given group as a measure of the combined total of fame and infamy that you have earned. The benefits and drawbacks of any given reputation depend on the group itself. You may receive discounts from merchants, provoke attacks from hired thugs, or simply be treated differently. Well done. You, pay me.
Now that was some good work. Here's a little spend. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Like drugs? Absolutely.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Indy! I will take that free hat. Any guns or anything in there? Let's throw a different outfit on. Let's see. How does that look? Nah. Yeah, too bad. Roots and flowers. Gonna crush them up and make some drugs. Did I pass it? See, even with no perception, that's still a pretty damn solid detection range. There we go. What are you? Nothing? Cool. Really? That missed? Ooh! Not a good place to get shot. Okay. You're raking in that XP. What do you got? Coyote hide. And some irradiated ass meat. No thank you. Oh, huh. They consider this leaving the area. Is there anything I'd want to change? Nah, I don't think so. Let's see, do I have a map? There we go. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty close to where I'm going. There we go. Jeez, just 8.3556 at point blank almost. What do I got for ammo? Why do I have a shit ton of 40mm grenades? I don't start off with a launcher, do I? I don't think so. Ugh, hate blood flies. Hate flies in general. Come on, hold still. Detected. I don't see anything detecting me. Let's see, how's my accuracy? Yeah, I can clip its wing pretty easy. Or can I? There we go. Wow, that thing took off fast. Alright, now sneaking about. Let's go. Yeah. One I just crippled. Brain. Shit ton of empty bottles. What was I looking for up here? Snow globe. Mojave landmark snow globe. These rare pre-war artifacts are widely considered to be useless baubles, but rumor has it some collectors will pay dearly for them. Gulp. Ah, there we go. Rock flower. Alright, to the other side of town. Wait, does that have no weight to it? Oh yeah, one. Fucking giant ass mutant bull just meandering around town. Oh yeah, let's have a word with you.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Aside from that chunk of my front lobe that's apparently missing.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town. I moseyed into town, 10, 15. Anyway, I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Alright, what do we got going on over here? Something hostile. You detect me already? Yes, you did. And now you're gonna die. What the? Can I not shoot him in the head? Is that not a thing? Whatever. If you need more damage if repaired, you can repair items in your Pip-Boy or by visiting a vendor. To repair it yourself, you need to use some parts from a similar weapon. Alright, put that away for now and take out the handy 9mm. Actually, for these things, I can probably stand to just use the machete. Mantis leg. Weighs nothing. Why not? Fuck. It actually rips the leg off the model. Oh god. Who else wants some? Why was that one mantis's leg more valuable than the others? Still not enough lockpick or computer skill. I'll invest into those early on. That's gonna get annoying real fast not being able to do anything. Box of detergent. No ammo munition laying around. In the schoolhouse, I guess not. Alright, I guess I'll come back when I have the skills to dig around in here. Oh, jalapenos. What am I looking for here? And check the map real quick. There we go. coaster? Alright, let's get cooking. Now, about those drugs you promised me.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try. Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the
like
same
that
idea.
near broken gun
You just
you
need
gave
to
me.
find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Will do. Let me see something real quick. I forget, how does the pickpocketing mechanic work in this one? Yoink. Aha! Free ammo. Alright, let's go see what Town Mom has to say. Yeah, if I remember right, the main story in this one stays pretty straightforward for a good chunk of the game. All the way up until you catch up to what's-his-face, asshole to put a bullet in you. Uh, 10mm is actually in a lot better shape than the 9mm is. I might just slap that on there instead.
Done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
Ooh, you got fun stuff.
That ain't fucking...
Nope. Didn't even happen.
Hello. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie up. He's holed up at the abandoned... You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now. If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount.
I like
Of course,
discounts.
helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad. And they've got a lot of friends out there.
I've got a lot of bullets.
Don't know why you want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit. He's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers. Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, that whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. I didn't hear exactly, but the fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think there'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world, and that Mr. New Vegas seems... I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to it. It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here. There's always something interesting going on. But the biggest news has to be the coming dust-up between the NCR and the Legion over... The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money. They do what they... I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold... The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd...
Can you tell me about the
Slavers,
Legion?
killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Prim.
Okay, what do you have for sale? Nothing I care about. Okay. I probably don't have the repair skill to deal with the radio. Where did she say that thing was? I don't even remember now. There we go. Repair of 20 or greater required. Repair.
Feeling thirsty?
Fix your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. You're welcome.
Alright. Off to the wastelands we go. I want to say, if I'm not crazy, there's a house around here somewhere that has a workbench in it or something. What's my active quest right now? see what's going on over here. Victor's shack, okay. Alright, off to the gas station we go then. Now I'm debating whether or not I want to be a complete asshole and shack up with the powder gangers or help out Ringo. If I remember right, I think helping the powder gangers gives me access to like time bombs or something.
That's close enough. Who are you? And what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. We got off to a bad start. Let's say we
Wow,
start
you
over
are
with a
way
friendly
too
game of
trusting,
caribou.
way too fast.
You know how to play? Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when... I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw... We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us.
No thanks, I got my
Now,
own grave.
If some of the other people... I was thinking of myself, actually. Start with sunny smiles.
Carry weight's already starting to get pretty far up there. Might have to start looking for a place to dump my shit off. If I remember right, you get your own house here in Good Springs at some point.
Howdy.
Hi there. Sticking around good. Say no more. I'm in. Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know it's tough. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if a silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
I like having a good plan.
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with... Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to... Sure can. I don't get... Sure. Southeast of here is
Oh
Prim.
yes,
Can't
please,
miss
fill
it.
out my map.
Since it... Well, they're they've been got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen it. I hear rumors, that's about it. But maybe that's... If... Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able... If you want to take a shot at it. If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the map... You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Always happy to help someone. I'll be...
And hopefully we'll be gaining some levels soon so that I can just start bumping skill points in. Alright, Trudy.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right. That does sound like a good plan. Alright, you seem to know what you're doing, so you can count me in. Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can... While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little...
Yeah, alright. How many skill points am I working with? 15, that's a good chunk. Get my science and lockpick up to the basic levels. More points into repair, be able to use that when I need it. Probably a couple points into survival, because 25 seems to be sort of the base value there for everything. It's easier to make an detective steal an item and pick someone's pocket. A couple points into that, a couple points into guns, and I think we'll be set. In combat, against male opponents outside of combat, you'll sometimes have access to unique dialogue. Free skill points. Guns 30, agility 5, faster reloads is nice. With the retention, the bonus is granted by skill. No, thank you. Each rank is swift, you gain an additional 10% total experience points whenever experience points are earned. That could be handy to have early on. Then again, extra 10% damage is pretty nice too. I think for now I'll take 1 point into Swift Learner. Get the extra XP. And again, does extra really matter? Your eyes adapt. Yeah, definitely don't have the perception for that. Is everything I can take listed up top? Yeah, alright. This is a rough decision. That's going to get even worse later on when the perks actually start mattering a little more. Rapid reload makes all your weapons reload faster. That could be handy, especially since I'm going to be using the double barrel shotgun a lot early on, and later I'm going to be using revolvers. I think I might grab that one for now. Alright, onward to chat. What you got?
Howdy. Too dangerous. Want to kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
Well, that'll suck. Won't have access to my dynamite. Oh, hey, I do have a grenade launcher. Cool. Alright. Probably won't have the barter to get anything from him either. But let's find out.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. I've got plenty of support. If you're hurting... Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which... There's also hollow-point bullets, which have the opposite effect. It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot. Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000-cap investment you're talking about. Look, you're bringing this on yourselves. There's no way I'm getting involved.
Okay,
right.
So I can't do anything about it without the barter.
Can do.
Ooh, that's expensive ammo. Oh, but it's a 35 pack. Got it. Or am I reading that wrong? No.
If Ringo doesn't... Don't mis... The leader... Take...
Alright, bad news. We have no armor or weapons. Let's go get ourselves killed.
Hey, feeling thirsty?
Okay. Alright. Go talk to Doc Mitchell. And then go get ourselves killed.
Welcome back.
We need drugs.
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the... Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg.
Oh, well, that was easy enough.
I...
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us? Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. Unless you think there's something else you can do.
It's literally all you wanted was just the one person. They don't even care about anything else. Alright, let's go.
Alright, I'm ready. I hope.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play. At least 6. I'll be set up.
Howdy, Joe.
Just unlucky, I guess.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things. I'll stick around for a bit longer, but I'll be...
Alright, who's got what? Dynamite, 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 dynamite. Which button did I have that grenade launcher set up on? I wanted to switch to it in the gunfight there, and it didn't go for me. Thought I had that equipped. Yeah, I had that right there. Ah, well. And where'd Joe Cobb's headless body go? Ooh! Yes, please. I will take a revolver. I'll sell that for some good money. Alright. Well, I think with that, I'll probably end up calling my first stream for today. So, anyways, yeah. I feel like there's a couple of points in there where I wasn't as talkative as I probably could have been. A few awkward silences here and there. I think that's just something I'm going to have to get used to as I go on with the streaming. But, I think maybe next time I might pick it up with a different game, go with something a little more fast-paced. Because I love the Fallout games and I love the Elder Scrolls games, but I feel like there's a lot of just long stretches of silence in there that I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to fill all the time, but I'll jump back into this at some point in the future and keep it rolling. But maybe next time I'll hit something like, I've been wanting to dig back into the old Mega Man X games. I know there's a new Mega Man coming out, and I haven't touched the Mega Man X games in a while. I think the only one I've actually really remember beating is the first one. I know I at least played the second and third one, but I don't think I ever got terribly far into them, so I'll probably start digging into the Mega Man X series, and I feel like that'll be a little bit more entertaining, a little more fast-paced, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's my first stream, so anybody that happens to tune in and watch, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions, let me know, and we'll see how this goes.